What's up YouTube, Saxon here for a quick review about two of Nike's most prominent shoes. We have the Nike Vaporfly and the Alphafly. This one goes by its true name of Nike ZoomX Vaporfly Next %, but for the video we're going to call this the Vaporfly. And then this is the Nike Air Zoom Alphafly Next %. So basically what you guys get is very similar boxes. The Alphafly is in the white, the Vaporfly is in the black. You get the Nike Zoom on the side, Air Zoom on the side of the Alphafly. You get your number 88s on, you get your 88, 88, 88. And then in the Alphafly, you get this cool little duffel bag with the Nike swoosh, and then the Air Zoom on the back. So nice little carrying case for your shoes. So to get started, what are you getting from these shoes? Why are these so important? Basically, Nike's been trying to break the 2-hour marathon for quite some time. They almost did it in the Vaporfly, and then they did do it in the Alphafly. So what is some of the key differences in these shoes? Well, to start off, we have the stack height. So in the forefoot of the Vaporfly, it's 32 millimeters. In the back heel, it's 40. In the Alphafly, it's 35 millimeters and 39 in the back. They both have an 8 millimeter drop. Talking about the upper materials, this is probably one of the biggest differences between these two shoes. Is the Vaporfly has this Vaporweave material. It's really strong, it's really hard to tear, it's extremely durable, and can help repel water. So that's some of its pros. Its cons is it's very restrictive. And it bunches up and it's super annoying. So as you see right now, this bunching that it's doing, it's just always been like that. So there's no real way to fix it, and it kind of goes along with where that Nike swoosh goes. So like I said, it can become an annoyance. On the Alphafly, you have this new, what they're calling atom knit, which is very breathable, very flexible, and it's very light. So moving forward, you might see a lot more atom knit on a lot of future shoes. So something else that's big on these shoes is obviously the ZoomX foam. So on the Alphafly, you're actually going to get more ZoomX foam than you would on the Vaporfly. Why is that important? It's kind of the bread and butter of Nike and what they do with the best cushioning for all of their top of the line shoes. So you get 100% ZoomX foam in both of these shoes. So what's the weight? Previous version with the Vaporfly, I wear size 14s. These clocked in at about 8.8 ounces. And then these Alphaflys clocked in at about 10.6 ounces. I'm not really that big on weight of shoes. It doesn't really bother me. I have some really heavy shoes. I know for like really elite racers, they're looking for the lightest shoe. So, you know, maybe 2 ounces is going to make the difference between you winning and not winning. For me, it's not that big of a deal. They're both extremely light, and they feel very light on foot. But kind of going back to that stack height and the drop of the shoes, these shoes, both of these, putting these on, feel extremely tall. I feel a little unbalanced. I'm also not very familiar with too many shoes. I don't have too many shoes that are this tall. I do have a pair of Hokas and New Balance that are tall, but these rank right up there with them, and they all still feel a little unstable. But Nike, going to the bottom of the shoes, did something a little bit different in the Alphaflys. So as you can see, the Alphaflys are actually wider than the Vaporflys, and they have a different track pattern across the bottom. Is that going to make a difference? Depending on, you know, if you're comfortable with the previous style, this might be a little bit of a shake-up for you. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Now, the biggest change on the bottom, as you can see, is the AirPods that Nike introduced. Now, it's these fibers that you can squish and then they repel back up. It's supposed to give you that extra step when you're taking your step out of, when you're taking your next stride. A lot of people who have already reviewed this, ran these shoes, felt that it was fairly significant. They did really like it. Also on this year's model, you can actually see the carbon fiber plate, whereas before it was just meshed on the inside, whereas now you can actually physically see it. And the AirPods on the bottom actually mesh onto it, and then it goes into the foam after the midfoot. So the biggest difference here with this carbon fiber plate is they actually did it based upon the size of the shoe. So the bigger the shoe you have, the bigger the carbon fiber plate you have, which is smart. I think that's going to attract a lot of people who are big carbon fiber fans. So that's a nice little extra boost here that they did for the Alphaflys. So how do these two shoes fit? Which one would I recommend? I would say that the Vaporflys, they run very tight. I don't know if it's because of the Vaporweave material across the top or what that is. Personally, what I would say is if you're going to get the Vaporfly, try to get a wider version or go up a half to a full size. If you're getting the Alphafly, it runs true to size, extremely comfortable. I would say I'm a little bit maybe on the wider side of foot, and it still felt fine to me. So I would say true to size, half a size to a wider size, maybe even a full size, just depending on your take of it. Who are these shoes for? Basically, if you're an elite runner, these shoes are for you. Or if you're doing tempo fast training days and you really want to take it to the next level, these shoes I think are going to get you to that next level. Both of them are fantastic in their own respects. Really great shoes, very comfortable, very light in my opinion, and they have, the added bonus of carbon fiber. What's the typical price for these? Well, I fortunately got these from Nike, so I didn't have to buy them resale. So I got these for the going rate. So this one, the Vaporfly, was $250. I don't usually buy shoes for full price. I ended up buying both of these for full price. But the Alphafly comes in at $275, so $25 more. Also too, I always forget to note, the heel, they have a really firm heel in the back. But it hasn't hurt my foot. I know that there are shoes that tend to hurt people's foot because of the way that the heel hugs. Both of these have a nice little cushion. I like it better on the Alphafly because it looks like they just kind of sewed two pieces together a little bit. Just the way that it crunches, it doesn't do it as much justice. They kind of got it a little bit better figured out in the Alphafly, in my opinion. But it is a singular piece on both of them. So once you get your foot in there and start to break it in, it probably gets a little bit better on the Vaporfly. The Alphafly looks better. The laces too. You have your traditional laces on the Vaporfly, which are fine. They just can come undone. Whereas you have more of a serrated, thicker one on the Alphafly, which should come undone a lot less. So I really like that. I think that's a nice touch for Nike. What is the longevity of these two shoes? I'd say if you're somebody who's only going to be able to buy one and you want the best one for you, I would say maybe the Vaporfly is going to be a better choice, only because I don't know what the history of these AirPods is going to be like. I don't know what their longevity is going to be, how durable they're going to be for the future. There are some runners out there who say after less than 100 miles, they're not feeling that same pop that they used to. So that might just be a point of concern. Also too, some people are really big about their tongues. The tongue on this one is basically one piece with the rest of the Alphafly, whereas this one is on the Vaporfly. It's just sewn in here at the bottom, so it's a separate loose one. So I know some people really have problems with the tongues. So that's just another thing to think about. Realistically, long term, I think you're going to see a meshing of the two in the next version. I think they're going to lose the Vaporweave and they're going to stick with the Atom knit because it's lighter, it's more breathable, more flexible. They may get rid of the AirPods. I don't know. We'll see what people's reactions are long term, how they like them, how that feels. And I think you're going to see probably a wider shoe. They're probably going to stick with the ZoomX foam at the same amount that they did on the Alphafly, which is a little more than the Vaporfly. But who knows? So hopefully you like this video. You know what? Go ahead and share it, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts. Let me know what other shoes you'd like to see. And just let me know your thoughts on these shoes if you've already tried them out or any other shoes you'd like me to review. All right, thanks for watching.